Hey everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. I have a new wig to show you today. It is called Ryan by Estetica in the color SILVERSUNRT8. I am currently wearing Wynter by Estetica in the color SILVERSUNRT8. Now, if you're wondering, I have modified Wynter. She normally has more of an angle towards the front here, and I have trimmed that off. I do have reviews and videos that show how I did it, and you can find them at my YouTube channel. So let's get started with Ryan. I have been eyeing this wig for a long time. There's so many times I went to purchase her and then I ended up purchasing something else. Now I did try her on already, and the second I tried her on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like this wig, but I also know I'm gonna have to make some modifications to it. Let's talk about her cap real quick. The cap is the same as what Wynter is. It has a lace front with a left mono part. And then it does have these style of adjusters in the back. And sometimes these give me trouble. They come unhooked, and then this piece will be hanging down right here and it can fall down. Sometimes I cut those off, but the problem is Estetica's caps run kind of big, so at times I kind of need the adjusters back there, but they're not my favorite adjusters. I really wish they would do Velcro on the back, especially when you have a shorter nape. I'm going to go ahead and throw her on. Ryan is a longer style bang on the right hand side, which, you know, when you first put on, I think, yes, this is cute. But I know that bang would, after a while, drive me bonkers. Now, I have not done anything to this wig, except I tried her on, and I did cut the tag off just to make this review easier. And we'll talk about this wig real quick, and then I'll go into some of the modifications that I'm going to do. Sometimes with these shorter wigs, I'll get some pieces stuck up under there, so I like to make sure everything is pulled out. Let me just make sure she's on good. Personally, I think this is pretty cute right out of the box. I mean, look at that part, just is there. This is the best part I've ever seen out of the box by Estetica. The hairline looks great. Everything, it's cute. One of the main things is you really got to get in there and just kind of get this wig, the movement back in it. It's been sitting in a box for a while, especially when it's a curly wig. All right. So this right here, yeah, this would just have to go. This is not like go all the way. It needs to be thinned up just a little bit and shortened just a little bit. This side is good. It's a little thick right here. I'll probably thin this just a touch. And then the hairline in the back, I'm going to do the turn for you. But the hairline in the back it's a little long. So I will trim that up. And I do have a video also on my channel where I do show how I trim the nape of a shorter wig, and you can reference that, because I'm not going to do that again on video because I've already had it done, and it's going to be the same method, so it's not going to be anything different for this wig. But let's talk about the thinning part real quick. I have my thinning shears. Right in here is a little thick. I'd like to loosen that up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that area up, and I'm just going to kind of go in and give it a little pulse. Pull that hair out. And I always kind of go in on an angle. Let me get my comb. My vacuum sweeper just loves me after these thinning days. A shorter wig is not too bad. When I get into my longer wigs, whoo, please make sure you sweep up the majority of the hair. Don't do what I did. I just ran a vacuum sweeper right over top of it all, and it instantly blew up. And I mean, blew up. Thought it was going to catch on fire. So I'm just going in and I'm grabbing for these pieces that feel thick, and I'm just taking a little bit of that bulk out. Here's one of the things that I like about this side is when you pull up this longer layer, it has this little bit of an undercut under here, which is super cute. So if you wanted to put your hair behind your ears, that little undercut comes out and kind of hides the ear tab there. So I thought that was really cute. It does have a little bit of an undercut over here. It's longer, obviously, but there is like some pieces here that are shorter than what this heavier bang is. Just a few more little spots that I want to thin out in here. And then what I'm going to do with this wig is once I get the back all trimmed up, I'll probably get it wet and kind of re-scrunch some of these curls in there. So I don't know if you can see, it's just not as, like before it was just kind of bulky here, and now it's kind of laying in just a little bit nicer towards my scalp. It's not so bulky. And then it just kind of enhances that curl pattern too, just a little bit more. I always feel so bad when I'm this close. Like, hi, there's my face. Okay. There's a few little kind of wispy pieces of hair here that are kind of just like little flyaways. I'm going to take my comb. I'm just going to go in and take a look at those and see if they need to be trimmed a little. Yeah. Just going to take those little pieces off that right there. All right. That was easy enough for that side. Little thick right here still. And I like how it kind of like pops up too. Like you can flip it up a little if you wanted to. A little thick right here. All right. So that's really all that needs to be done to this side. Here, turn to the side. So it's just it's a little thinner. It's separating a little bit more. It's just laying a little more how I want it to on this side. So just, you know, a few little cuts with those thinning shears can make all the difference in the world. So now going to this longer side over here, what I want to do is just kind of take the heaviness out of here. Again, doing this on camera is beyond challenging because I only have my phone. I'm going to take that piece out of there. That's that long curly piece that is just a little too long for me, and I'm just gonna clip her off. So now that's gonna come down to about here now versus below my chin. You know what? Let me get a clip real quick. I'm just going to pull this out again. And I'm just going to take that little bit of, I'm going to use my thinning shears this time. And I'm just going to kind of go in and pulse it. So thinning shears will cut all the way through. You do have to be careful with them when you're when you are thinning. That's why when I'm thinning my hair, I never close these all the way. I always just give it a little pulse when I'm doing the thinning. But you can, in fact, cut length off from a wig with thinning shears, and then it gives it that wispier ends to it, so it's not so like blunt cut. But you do have to, like, it's not just one cut like a pair of scissors. You do have to kind of get in there and kind of hack away at it. Just gonna pull this out again. Let's see where we're at. So see, I'm just pulling it down until I see these kind of wispier ends right there. And then I'm going to, and see how that does take that, does cut it. See, and I'm liking this length right here a little bit. Oops, knocking my ear tabs all over the place a little bit more. Now what I can tell is this needs to be thinned a little bit. So I'm going to go in and just kind of give it a little pulse on the thinning to take that out. Okay, so see how that's starting to lay in there? More at the length that I'm wanting it to be. Let me get this piece back down now. Then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this longer piece, get it combed out, and I'm just going to pull it down till about right there. That's that length that I want to come off. And again, I will cut it with my thinning shears, and I'll try to get it close so you can see it. My coordination is so bad sometimes. Even though I have one of those Note 20 Ultras, the screen is pretty big on it, but it's not the same as my mirror. See, I'm starting to like this length more. It's not so overwhelming, I guess. And I know there's people that can pull it off. And some people might say, well, you could have pulled it off too, but it's not about whether I can pull it off or not. It's about if I feel comfortable enough to do so, if that makes sense. So sometimes, you know, the wigs do look cute, but you don't feel necessarily confident or very good in it. Okay, that's about all the length I'm going to take off from that for right now, except I don't like that piece right there. I'm going to just kind of blend this in a little bit more. All right, so now what it needs is a little bit of thinning. It's a little thick. The length is better for me though. So now I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna pull it up. I'm gonna kind of go in and take a little bit of volume out of there. Same over in here. Brush her out. Little thick. I think what I'm going to do now is it's a little thick up at the base of it. So I'm going to go in at the root and just kind of take some length, or not, sorry, not length, but some bulk out at the bang area. Or the root area, I should say. And I do still have to trim up the back. The back is a little too long for me. It reminds me a little bit of kind of the start of a mullet. So I'm going to make sure I get that trimmed up. Sorry, sometimes I feel like these videos can get boring as I'm doing this, but so many people say, I want to see the whole, the whole process. So I'm trying to do that for you so you can see just exactly what I am doing here. It's a little too thick right in this curl here. I do definitely like the length better. And then with a little bit of Peace Out cream and some spray, I will get that curl over there working exactly how I want it to. But I still think it's a little too heavy right up in here. A little bit. I'm still not liking it up here at the bangs. Still a little too thick. All right. Let me get all that extra hair out of here. And just get these fibers moving. Remember, sometimes we don't know how long these wigs have sat in a box. Okay, and this is very easy to work with, this wig with the waves in it. I don't even have any product in it at this time. And I'm not sure if I want to have this come down a little smoother and then I'm going to flip with this, or if I want it to go up and over. Not sure. There's some different possibilities with it. I think if you bring it down like this. All right. So again, there's no product in this at all. And this is pretty cute after I thinned her out a little bit. And then these little undercut pieces you can bring forward and kind of push this to the back. I do like the sea salt spray by Estetica. I'm going to grab that real quick. I had like a love-hate relationship with it when I first got it, because I think I was putting too much on my hair. I'm always yanking my earrings out, and that just went down my shirt, so we'll find that later. And what I found is that you cannot use a ton of this, else it will start to make your hair feel a little, I don't know, like dirty feeling. The point of it is just to add some texture to your hair. But if you put too much on it, it starts to feel kind of grungy feeling. And that's what I think I did the first few times that I used it. I really just like sprayed the heck out of it. And then just kind of go in and scrunch it up. This might be a little too thick still, but if I do any more to it, it wouldn't be any different than what I've already done. You can also spray some of it on your fingers and then go in and kind of mess with that piece there. Yeah, this might need to be thinned out just a little bit more. But there. Now this piece of bang is more manageable for me. It's not so in my face. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to move it up and around or if I'm going to make it a little smoother. But if I do want to smooth this down a little bit, my hot air brush would be very easy to do that. And what I would do, well, you know what, I'll show you. If we're here, let me plug it in. So what you can do if you want to create this a little smoother down and not so much of a lift is I'm using my hot air brush. However, I'm going to unplug this real quick. Sorry, I got to move my plug. You can use a blow dryer or anything with this. And I'm just going to use the top of, or the bottom part of my hot air brush. And I'm just going to get a little bit of heat. And I'm just going to pull this down and add some heat to that right there. And just get that to start to move over to the side how I want it to. And do a little bit right here. I'm just hitting this with some heat. And it will also help train your bangs to stay where you want them to. Now, another thing that I will do with this piece of bang right here too is I will put the brush on. And again, some people were concerned about my hot air brush, that it possibly could damage my wigs. It has never damaged any of my wigs. But I'll put the brush on, and then I'll go in and I'll kind of pull that curl down just a little bit. And I'm constantly moving it. Okay. So here she is. Thinned out. Little bit of length taken off. Might still need to thin just a little bit right there, but a very easy another way to style her is grab some Peace Out cream. I always go in and kind of pull the part across, and I press along the hairline and down along the sides. Wipe the Peace Out cream into my hairline like that, because what it does is it keeps those little pieces back and not falling in your face. I'm going to pull these pieces down, flip that. I like to get in there with the Peace Out cream and just really separate the hair too, up at like the root area, to really make it kind of messy. I don't think this style is supposed to be perfect. I think we want it to be jacked up a little bit. And so there we go. There is Wynter by Estetica in the color Silver Sun RT8 with a couple little modifications done to it. I was able to do all of them besides the nape area right here on camera for you. So I hope these techniques help when it comes to your own wigs and making them your own. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Also, make sure to follow me on Rachel's Wig Reform on Facebook. I will attach the link to my Facebook page because I will post the before and after pictures of these wigs. I've already taken all the before pictures of Ryan, and then when I'm completely done with it, I will do the after pictures, and you can see those on my Facebook page. Okay, so that's it for today, and we'll talk with you soon.